Series called Hot Seat, and it's pictures of me going to the restroom in different trendy locations of Los Angeles. So the places you really go to be seen, to sort of see and be seen. And they're all iconic locations of LA. So this is the SLS Hotel. This is Jumbo's Clown Room. This is Soho House, LA. This is the In-N-Out Burger in Hollywood. And this is in the Getty, actually wearing Missoni for Target underwear.
So why, this is really intimate, and what did you like in this intimacy?
So I wanted to share a very private and personal experience in these locations that are extremely public, and sort of discussing private versus public, and how our culture, we tend to overshare everything. We put where we're going, who we're going with, when we're at the location, where we are. So it's sort of feeding into this nature of documenting. We're in a time of documentation. So here are these very private, intimate moments documented.
So in a way, this is a limit of sharing things.
Yes.
Yeah, because we are a little bit like a voyeur when we look at that. We say, "Oh no, I should not." No, this is what you want us to feel.
Yes.
Okay.
Like you look at it and first you think, "Oh, this is so naughty," but it's hard to sort of step away.
Okay, and I've been told that you had a really good response of this work in LA. You've been both by a museum?
No museum. A collector did buy the entire edition of 8 pieces.
Okay.
And then another. It's an edition of 3, and then 4 of the 8 in the second edition of.
Studio, which I love.
Yeah, I feel like I'm sort of outgrowing it, but it's good for now. So this project is a project that I did almost a year ago, and I interviewed 8 different women, all from Winter Park, Florida, which is this small southern town, all from a certain socioeconomic, and what I asked was, what do you serve, what does an everyday look like for your partner? How often do you go grocery shopping? Do you see this as your role or your duty? Sort of what is food? You know, everyone says you are what you eat, and that food is the entryway to love. So what does this look like every day? And it was very interesting. Women responded so differently. So for example, this one. I feel like I run a restaurant. I have 2 children. One would not eat meat. One only wanted to eat pasta or tortellini. I would probably have to make 3 or 4 different meals. So most of my meals consisted of a great variety of food, as everyone did not eat the same thing. I have been told that this is very strange because most people do not care. They make one meal, and if you don't eat it, fine. But I didn't feel this way. I wanted everyone to have what they enjoyed, so I always got clean plates back.
I want to go back to the process, because this is many times I see your walls with those drawings and notes and pictures and lines that rely one to the other idea or something. So is this the way you do also for every work?
This work in particular, all these lines are drawing parallels to what they had in common. So, for example, this green line is all of the people talking about dishes, the importance of dishes, how they got their china. The the purple line is when they would talk about their husband being the griller. So I was sort of drawing these parallels between all these different people. What things did they talk about that were the same, and what things were different? So this series is called Ideal Woman Tramp Stamp. And a tramp stamp is a tattoo that people get right above their butt. And this was very popular in the 90s, and as time went on, it sort of got this term as a negative or promiscuous. A woman who has this is seen as promiscuous. So it's the ideal woman figure with each one of these words has sort of a negative connotation. We have slut, ridiculous, bad egg, fool, idiot, and stupid. And so these are sort of ideas that people sort of get when they see a tramp stamp. And I wanted there to be an army of them because I wanted to show the cookie cutter nature that females are becoming. When we get these surgeries, we're all trying to look the same, act the same, be the same. So this, showing them in this kind of display shows the repetition of how we're becoming more of the same.
Yeah, it's supposed to be subversive, but as everyone makes the same, and it's not anymore subversive.
Yeah, we try to be individuals, but
we all try to be
individuals
in the same way.
The same way.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
We're sort of we all jump on trends, and the tramp stamp was certainly one of them.
This is amazing, and you will show that in
Dallas in April.
Okay. We are lucky. Thank you. We're really lucky to see that before Dallas.
I think that we need to emphasize importance on what people are doing as opposed to how people look, because this is not naturally possible to obtain. This is not what we should try to achieve or strive for. We should focus on how what we're doing in the community, how we are as friends, how we are as daughters, how we are as mothers, and how we're affecting each other in society, as opposed to emphasizing how we look or how tight our clothes are, how high our heels are. And I think that's sort of one of the major issues with American society is a child is born and it's automatically, oh, they're so beautiful or he's so handsome, and we emphasize looks far more than what we're achieving. Technology is another important aspect of my work because in today's society we can see the image of the ideal woman more frequently and more accessibly on our iPhones, on the internet. We're in an image-conscious culture with things like Instagram and Facebook, and we're constantly sifting through images through all the different media as opposed to just TV, magazines, and movies. So the idea of the ideal woman is more readily available. And through technology, we're able to augment and alter our bodies. So because of technology, turning into the ideal woman is possible if you are willing to remove ribs and get your breasts enhanced and your chin smaller and get extensions and additional eyelashes. And um, as soon as we focus on one thing, that sort of industry rises. So now the availability to get fake eyelashes is rampant. And when HD technology for our televisions came in, we now have HD makeup because you need more because HD shows more pores, so you need to have a more flawless makeup. So there's sort of a cause and effect to all of these.
Do you have a good response from the feminist groups, or do they know you yet or not?
Yeah, I've noticed just through social media, I correspond with a lot of sort of feminists, and I think that any female who is an artist is essentially a feminist. And to me, feminism is equality.
Okay.